not as a reporter, but as an inmate. I was stripped of all my possessions except for my wedding ring, which the prison allows inmates to keep. Dressed in a day-glow orange uniform, the mark of a woman being transferred from another county, I was escorted into a secured prison van, handcuffed and shackled. I did not know what lay ahead. It was a feeling of complete vulnerability. As the van pulled through the prison checkpoint, I knew that once I went behind these closed doors, they would lock behind me. My first stop was inmate processing. I was placed in a holding cell called the Tank with about a half dozen other women. Even though our cameras were rolling, it was handcuffed and escorted by two officers, Deborah Shannon and Lisa Longero. I was taken to Building 504, what the inmates call ADSEG. The women inside this building are here because they pose a serious threat to the correctional officers, the other inmates, or to themselves. The officers who work here are required to wear protective vests at all times. The first thing that hit me when I entered was non-stop shouting coming from all directions. The noise inside ADSEG was frightening, and these women did recognize me. From my holding cage, I could see the tiers of solitary cells and the correctional officers in their protective vests, reminding me that I was not wearing one. Sitting in that small cage was one of the most unnerving experiences I've ever had. As a prisoner at the Central California Women's Facility, I was doing my time in solitary, considered the most dangerous unit in the prison. Most inmates are here because they've attended inmates in ADSEG. When I was outside my cell, I had to be handcuffed.
Step inside, stand right here.
This was my new home, a cinder block cell just 11 by 6 feet, with a narrow window that doesn't open. After just a few hours, I was more than ready for my time in the yard. As I passed by the other cells, warning signs on the doors reminded me that the behavior of the inmates here was totally unpredictable. I was escorted to a cement yard, about half the size of a basketball court, surrounded by a 12-foot-high chain-linked fence topped by razor wire. Officers observe your every move. I was also watched from the tower above by an armed guard. There isn't much to do except feel the sun and listen. The only other time I was let out of my cell was to take a shower. Although it was only a few yards away, again, I was handcuffed. The shower room is its own cell with what they call a modesty screen. I quickly figured out what the other inmates already knew. For additional privacy, I had to hang my towel in the open space next to the lock.
Oh. That'll wake you up.
The rest of my time in ADSEG, I was locked up. Talking.
There's no warning shots. Not in ADSEG. Hell no, they'll shoot you to kill you. Really?
Thinking, and listening to the ever-present noise.